you're interested in. If you're interested, yeah, lovely. All my buttons are starting to get sticky on my laptop. It's not ideal. There's that. I'll put it on Instagram. And what? Do something for it. Podcast with my buddy. If you are interested, just swipe up. What kind of things are we going to be talking about? Fuck, I did it wrong. I'm an idiot. I mean, by all means, it'll be interesting. Are you there? I cannot hear you. Are you there? I can't hear you. What is going on? Oh! Yes, now I can hear you. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Oh god, I'm nervous now. Your audio cut out again, by the way. What game? I can hear you.
Live and good evening everyone. We're going to 5 PM, very cold day in my lovely part of Manchester, UK. I don't know where my guest is, probably in London. Living at posh in London today. He goes by many names. It's very ridiculous. He goes by Roxburgh on YouTube. He goes by Charlie, as many of you will know him from other things we'll get into a little bit later. But welcome to my show. How are you doing today?
Myself, I'm doing absolutely cracking. How are you, mate?
I'm doing excellent. I'm glad you actually showed up. That's the main thing. I'm glad you showed up today. As we're discussing off the air, I don't know if you could hear him or not, but if you could, great. We're live, and so what is it like then? What have you been up to today?
What have I been up to today?
Yeah, in the life of you.
I've woken up. I've had a nap. I woke up again, had some food, and then I came here. So I do most of my work at night anyway, so today's been quite a casual one.
Okay, nice. That's good to hear. So it's a very relaxing day. for you?
To be honest, because all the boys and stuff are out in Vegas and LA, work's kind of like low key at the moment. So a lot of my stuff that I'm doing at the moment is preparation for when they do come back.
Gotcha. And of course, we'll get into that in a little bit. So I can't wait to discuss this with you. I'm quite shocked you didn't go with him. We'll discuss that one in a bit. But let's talk about you firstly. Let's talk about you. Since that's why I got you on the show, of course. Let's talk about your channel then. Who helped you? Who inspired you to create your YouTube channel, to put stuff out there? You do a lot of stuff. You're a very busy man on the YouTube. You do some music, you do some Q&As, that's interviews, and you do some vlogs. You do it all, man. What else don't you do?
Fly. I don't really know. There's quite a lot of stuff which I want to get into and want to do. But my stuff for YouTube primarily has been about like 3 things which I love doing, which is traveling, music, and sports. So sports are yet to come, but it's kind of what I want to go into. Those are my like triad of pillars, kind of like what I like to go forward and do.
Interesting.
So yeah, it's kind of really what it's been about. But I got inspired to make videos by Casey Neistat and Peter McKinnon. I've been inspired way before then, like with creating stuff like music and even videography. But to take it onto a platform which people are actually interested in came from those guys. But I used to work in a club, which is where I met all the YouTubers, and then I kind of took that opportunity to be interested in it, so to speak. Eventually, I became mates with Ethan, and then I was just like, you know what, Bunny, I'm just going to get a camera. And then when I went traveling with my ex-girlfriend, I just started filming everything when I was out there. Mm-hmm. Never edited anything. I didn't edit a single thing.
Bit like me. This was edited.
But I really enjoyed filming everything. So maybe one day I'm going to go through it. But yeah, maybe we'll see. But pretty much those 2 guys, and then with who I know, kind of edged me towards that kind of career path. Yeah,
it's great. It's good to know that, and it's quite interesting to find out the truth behind how you met these so-called celebs. I don't call them celebs because, they're like normal people doing their normal things in their daily lives. And what club was this at? Any hints? Was it in the UK or was it abroad? Did you just happen to go in this club and you just saw, wow, all these famous YouTubers in this club?
It's a club in central London, but I can't release the name of that because I'm planning on doing a video there next month with all the YouTubers. So that could be huge, but if I give the name, then everyone's going to know. So
yeah, let's keep it down low for the time being. I wish you. I'm glad you can. I'm glad you can leak that out now. I'm glad we can now say exclusive news here on the Edward Fowler Show. Always want to say that here on the Edward Fowler Show. So thank you very much, Mr. Charlie, for that. Now, somebody told me. Okay, one of my friends told me because they are, very. They know you quite well, okay, and they said to me when I announced that you were on my show, they said you got to ask him about MMA, and apparently you had some experience, maybe even some fights in MMA. Can you tell us more about this?
I used to do Shaolin Kung Fu. Who is this person that knows me?
Well, he doesn't actually know you personally, but he knows, he's got some information. I will give him a plug. Jamie Hamnet, you're welcome. That's who told me that information.
How does he know this? Okay.
I have no idea, but he told me it, so there you go.
He's in the chat now. Yeah, so when I was 13, I got mugged.
Oh, wow.
And I was always like quite a small kid. I'm still small now, that's why I'm going to gym, trying to work on it. I was always quite small, and then the one with Leon, yeah, of course. I was always quite small, and I got mugged, and I just said, you know what, I never want this to happen again. So I decided I want to take up doing martial arts of some sort. Looked into loads of different types of martial arts at the time. Found a place to do Kung Fu, and I started to learn that.
Nice.
And from there, I started to learn Chinese kickboxing, which is Samba. And then I just went from there, really, and just did that. And then I stopped when I was 18, but I'm going to... So Callum Markey's doing training for this Fame MMA fight, so I need to go and train with him. I keep saying I'm going to do it, but I haven't had time yet. But I will do it.
Yeah, please do. And to who's watching this live, get in contact with us. Send us a live comment, hashtag the Fowler Show on Twitter. That's the only way to ask your questions to Roxburgh, aka Charlie Donald, here this evening, live on YouTube. And it's great to know that it's all true. I'm glad that my source was correct. That source, again, was Jamie Hamlet, who's in the live chat with Matthew. Speak with many other of your fans, like Sarah Bahoum and Rose Gold as well. Big fans of yours here. So everyone in the chat room on YouTube are asking about your friend Ethan here. Is Ethan dating Kayla? Any hints, any drops you want to tell us about this? Because everyone's going bananas in the chat room.
Absolutely none of anyone's business about his dating life.
Unless he announces it publicly, of course.
They haven't announced anything publicly. But Ethan's my best mate. Kayla's a good friend of mine. What they do in their own time is completely up to them.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying anything.
There we go. At least we can put that rumour to bed, hopefully, for right now. But let's talk about then how you became good friends with Ethan to then actually share an apartment. I bet it's quite eventual, sharing an apartment with Ethan, because he seems very energetic from the moment he gets up to the moment he goes to bed. Is that true, or have I got that all wrong by his YouTube videos?
No. He's very energetic. We're kind of similar, to be fair. Like, I'm not a morning person at all.
Mm-hmm.
But to be fair, like, it depends on the day. Like, sometimes we're polar opposites. Sometimes we're very, very similar. If it's too early, neither of us are operating. However, no matter what happens, when I wake up, like, the first thing, I just do. Like, I'm done. Whereas Ethan can wake up and be operating. But I am nocturnal, like, by nature. Like, I'll go into the night and I'll be like, okay, I could completely mess up my sleeping pattern just by just living. And Ethan will get proper tired. Like, I remember us coming back home from Southampton once, and he was falling asleep behind the wheel, and I was just looking. Mad. We like barely slept because this was diss track season. So we went to football, then we left, and then I start to notice that we're drifting into the middle of the road, and I just look at him, I'm like, bro, and he's like, oh fuck. And he just pulls himself back in, and he's alright. Whereas for me, further onto the day, the better I get until obviously time to go to sleep. However, it's good fun. It is good fun. I do enjoy it pretty much every day that we spend together, because we do have a laugh. Yeah.
But does it get annoying? Now, because sometimes if you get too much of a person, sometimes they can give you a headache or drive you insane. Does he what you call it, get on your nerves maybe every now and then, maybe get you a bit mad at a certain thing?
Yeah, I mean, like, we're conflicting characters anyway. Like, we're both quite loud and quite out there, but I'd say most of the time we get on pretty well. Obviously, everyone has their like mini spats, but no. We're pretty much always Gucci. I'd say no. I mean, that he's been away for like 2 weeks anyway.
Yes.
And the most annoying thing is I've been trying to get in contact with him to sort out videos, but he's out there having fun, so I can't really do that for him and with him. So, like, just leave it at that. I'm just gonna let him have his fun. But that's the level of how irritated I am. I'm just like, bro, when you come back, we're gonna smash out content. Like, we're gonna do it. He's on holiday, man. Like, he's living it up. One of his best friends has just won a humongous fight, so it's his time to have downtime, isn't it?
True, but he might be thinking now, as soon as that he's able to do all these different things thanks to what happened this past weekend. Of course, if you've not known what's happened this past weekend, if you've lived under a rock, then you must know that it was KSI versus Logan Paul 2. Again, the first fight did not happen in London. It happened in the best city in the world, better than LA, better than London. It was in Manchester, UK, in the Manchester Arena. Thanks to KSI for doing that, and I hope that the next time he's had a boxing match, it happens in Manchester, UK, the greatest city in the world. And if you disagree with that, then feel free to argue with me on Twitter. I love to argue with people on Twitter. It's awesome. Hashtag the Fowler Show, taking your comments, please do. So, they left you. What happened there? Did they invite you, or did they not invite you, or were you busy? What happened over the weekend?
No beef whatsoever. So for me, I knew that going out there would cost an arm and a leg.
Of course it would, yeah. Going to Los Angeles, the Staples Center. You know, one of the best.
It's LA. It's LA, then to Vegas as well. So you've got
the after party.
A couple of friends in LA, so I could probably pump down on the accommodation. But regardless, it's accommodation and then food, drinks, time that you spend out there, just frivolous spending. And then I'm like, well, I'm not earning during this period of time, so it's literally just gonna be burning into it. And because of I did my last Roxburgh Sessions video, that cost me an arm and a leg. It's just like justifying price and cost for it. And I know that when they come back, there's going to be loads of videos, like lots of videos for Ethan, lots of videos for Sidemen. So the way I saw it, I was just like, I can't afford to justify that cost yet.
Yeah.
So I'm just, to be honest with you, I don't really mind. Like, I'm gutted that I wasn't there. However, I just can't wait to see JJ again because I'll give him big congratulations.
Oh my god. Again, this is my heel character here on the Edward Fowler show. I'm being the bad guy here. Oh my god, is what I said. I'm going to give you my feedback, and I hope you never know what may happen to this now. Thanks to social media, and thanks to anyone who's tuning into this tonight. I thought before the fight happened, I thought JJ was a bit too confident. You know, a bit too big for his boots, I had to say. And I thought that Logan Paul would have him this time around, but you know, I can't say Logan Paul. I don't like him, but you know, it is what it is. But I'm quite happy though that KSI did win in the end. I was a bit concerned he might not have won, but I'm glad that he's able to back up his talking with the punches, and of course it ended up in a split decision again. But you know, it's better than nothing. We take them all day long here in the UK, because that's where the best fighters are. In the UK, I think, and I'm sure you agree.
Ooh, yeah, go on then.
You'd probably say no, not really. But I mean, now you've had some, you know, little bit of MMA experience. Maybe we could see you in an octagon, maybe against Logan or Jake Paul one day. You know, that'd be a good match, wouldn't it? You know, because they have an octagon in their own house. You know, why not? It'd be fantastic to see you.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to it, but I'd question what has come to my life that I want to fight like Logan or Jake Paul. It's not my kind of... The thing is, for someone who's like martial arts trained and stuff and has had experience doing that kind of stuff, like fighting never really interested me or interests me beyond what I'm doing inside the ring. Like the hype up, doing the things. Like I would have had Logan's approach going into that fight because that's more of me. As in, like, okay, not so much, but in comparison to JJ, like JJ talks the talk. Yes, he walks the walk, but for me, in preparation to doing those kind of things, I just rather just sit back and just. I'm quite a passive person until I have to act. So I'd rather just sit there, let that person chat shit, and then smack him up.
Yeah, there we go. The first flower dropped tonight. That's good to know. Viewer discussion advice, and this would now be a TV14 episode on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, which is absolutely fine here on Charlie. So it's absolutely fine. You know, Eric Anders, he swore a few times on my last podcast 4 weeks ago. So, you know, it's fine with me. I'm not really that bothered. We do have a question came in on Twitter. Hashtag the Fowler to send your questions to Charlie. They wrote here, Charlie, what happened to the long hair?
Who's asked that?
a person called, oh my word, Shakira?
Okay. It just came a time when I just didn't look good with it at all. It looked good when it was up, but I just had enough. I was just like, you know what? I need a change. I spent way too long trying to make it look good.
What, in the makeup room every day?
No, no. As in, like, so much time, as in, like, months, like, going into, like, okay, if I grow it, like, this way, and I grow it that way, or if I just cut this side of my hair, this, that, and I'm like, it just looks bad anyway. Like, the second the hair goes down, I look awful. So, off it goes, and now I feel like I'm better off for it.
That's good to know. Well, now, there is one thing bugging me behind you, and is that a license plate behind you or something on your shelf? Oh yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, there we go. Nice little plug.
I'm in the flat, so this is Ethan's office. I just edit in it. So.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad we know that. If anyone wants to know that this is where Ethan comes and does what he wants to do in here.
Shows the plaques. That's the Sidemen plaques there.
There you go. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, the very famous plaques. Yeah, very interesting.
There you go.
Yeah, and we're now going to pause just for one moment because we do have a special message, not from anybody to do with Charlie. We want to mention not that. We want to mention about this video, as you can see on your screen. This is to do with a company who has recently moved to a brand new office in Middlewich. It is a... Let me just find it for you here. It's a RS Bespoke Auto Detailing, and how it is opening in Middlewich right now. So if you live in that area or anywhere in the UK, contact them today. RS Bespoke Auto Detailing. You can find them on Facebook. So follow them today and help them out. You know, you're going to do some fantastic videos and of the cars they detail. So yeah, help them out, local business, and you know, they do a great service and see what they do on this wonderful car. As you can see on this video right here, as you can see that right now on your screen. But back to Charlie. There you go. That was not a advertisement. That was just a plug to one of my friends who's asked me to do that. So there you go. To help them out. I did say I would do it on my next video. I thought it'd be on Monday, but it's today. But there we go. Let's talk about then your thoughts. Then, did you knew KSL was going to win on Saturday, or did you think it could go either way?
I was so nervous, bro. I was so nervous because the thing is, like, I know how hard they've both trained, and I know how hard personally JJ's trained.
Yeah.
But there's only so much you can guarantee, you know. Like, if you can't tell between a professional boxer who's going to win the fight, how on earth are you going to tell whether regular human beings who've just been training hard for 1 or 2 years, who's going to win? Yeah. I knew not to count JJ out because I know him as a person, and I know also, prime example, Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua. Mm-hmm. I thought, going into that, this little pudding is going to get smacked about. It did not happen. So I stand corrected on that, and I learned from that to never count someone out and just watch them. I knew that I knew JJ's game plan was to go straight into it, like he spoke about it, because he gave him too much respect last fight, and obviously that's what won Logan's. That's what got Logan the draw. Yeah. Is the respect he showed in the first few rounds. But we all knew that JJ had been working on his defensive boxing with the Mayweathers, but also his mentality and work rate. If he just keeps going out swinging and he has the fitness to keep doing it, Logan's not going to want it. He's going to back off. Mm-hmm. And yeah, like that uppercut. If Logan landed that uppercut but didn't continue with the others, I reckon Logan would have gone on to potentially win the fight, because it's not anything about the point deduction for me. It's about he landed that uppercut, JJ's going down, you know? So when JJ's down on the floor, he gets up again, and then you go in. Yeah. Whereas he hit him, and then JJ could use that excuse. Not that he did, but he could use that excuse that, he hit me on the back of the head, and then he hit me when I was down. The thing that really probably would have rocked you the most is that clean uppercut to the jaw, which landed. Mm-hmm. That being said, if it was the other way around and JJ did land a shot like that, Logan wouldn't get back up again. He wouldn't want it. Whereas JJ did carry on and did want it, and that's a testament to his character.
Absolutely. And as you said, when he went down, I was quite nervous. I think I hope he gets back up to continue the fight. But again, to Logan's defense, it's not UFC. You know, you can't hit somebody on the ground. You got to wait for him to get back to the feet. You know, if he wanted a UFC fight, I'm sure he would have asked for a UFC fight, you know, kind of thing, which I think would be way much better than boxing. But, you know, it was fantastic to have the best ring announcer in the world, Michael Buffer, there to do the introductions. Great guy. I'm sure he is. We have some more questions coming in using the hashtag the Edward Fowler Show. Use that on Twitter to send in your questions here. And we got so proud of JJ. Somebody wrote saying hashtag the Fowler Show. Opinions on my editing. Laughing out loud. Your PFP laws.
I need to check that, mate.
Yeah.
What's the
hashtag the Fowler Show on Twitter. We've also got Jess Loves Ethan. They want to know what plans does Charlie have for his own YouTube channel in the future. Also, Forza Sidemates. I know, these are good questions. Good comments. Send them in. Send your comments in to #Edward Fowler Show. Also, as well, Sasha has wrote in saying, "Is Sidemates coming back?" ?
Alright, I'll do one at a time. Plans for my channel. I'm trying to find that thing. But plan for my channel. Okay, so I'm filming a video with Jack Hodgson on Monday, so that's going to be a little bit of fun. We're going to go out into London and film a few things. I'm planning a really big thing in December, which is under wraps at the moment until everything gets passed. Obviously, I want to continue my Roxburgh Sessions videos, but doing things which, like, say, for example, I'm going out on Monday to do this thing with Jack Hodgson. That's the kind of stuff I need to do more. Yeah. And I just do consistent, low-budget content, which means that I can get myself out there, people can watch and engage in that content, and then move from there. However, the things which I really love doing are the high-budget things, which is like the Roxburgh Sessions, this video which I've got planned. I had a video idea for homelessness, which I wanted to do. Don't know how realistic that's going to be to get done this month, but maybe in January, February might be possible. But that one will be close to my heart because I have a lot of love to give. Like I want to help.
Yeah, you are a busy guy. Never left. You're. I never seen you like kind of relax or doing something else or lurking on videos. You know what I mean by that? I'm going to link it in now to the Sidemen's video channel because last Sunday, I believe it was, they posted a new video weeks in advance before JJ went off. And they were on the streets of London, and guess who appeared in the background? No other than you, Chai. You were very fast, kind of way. You were very fast of dodging the camera trying to thing. We just saw you passing it. On the high street. What on earth are you doing? Are you Ethan's bodybuilder or personal slave or something? What's going on there?
I do the video work. I do the camera work. So I'm holding a DSLR. So I realised that I was in the background of the G7X, and I thought, you know what? If I'm not topless, there's no need for me to be here.
Yeah, I meant like what's it? Like if something goes out of control, of a mad bang comes up to him, like his personal butler, not butler. What do you call him? Bouncers. That's it. The word bouncer.
I think JJ's the only one who really has the bodyguards because people can get a little bit intense sometimes.
Oh yeah, of course they can, can't they? Yeah, I don't blame him.
All the other questions, mate.
Another one came in. #the Fowler Show, saying your questions. So yeah, these are good questions, by the way, and good comments. So you can keep them rolling in. It's not like I got nothing else to say to Charlie. I do. Top 3 bucket list items. That's a good question.
Top 3 bucket list items?
Yeah. That's a good question.
Like things I want to do in my life?
Yeah, I think so. That's from Ahmed. Yeah. / Team KSI.
All right. On the spot. Okay.
It's what you get on the Fowler Show. It's live, uncut, unedited, and definitely uncensored.
I want to go bungee jumping / skydiving. I'm putting that in one, either one or the other. I would love to. No, you know what? I would love to. I'm going to do bungee jumping or skydiving, one of the two, because I'm scared of heights. Doing that, I'm kind of scared of heights. I'm scared of heights when I'm standing. I don't think I'd be that scared of jumping. Don't ask me my reasoning. What else would there be? I've done scuba diving. I've done all those things.
What about maybe getting a plaque on the wall like the Sidemen and Ethan's done in the studio shows before?
I think it's a bit of a cop out because I think if I work hard enough, I'm going to get that anyway. With hard work comes results. And given who I know as well, that's not like a. I'm not trying to flex or anything, but I mean, if I utilize my contacts and if I put the work in, then there's no reason why I can't get that plaque. If you get me.
Yeah, so, I get. Yeah, it's a good point.
It's a goal, but it's not a bucket list. For me, bucket list it would be definitely like content. What I want to do. I would love to. Go traveling for a month in a Nordic country. So I want to do things which not touristy. So I mean, if we go to to Norway or to Greenland, something like that. Any of these kind of places, but go to like the remote places and experience like the culture there and stuff like that. I'd love to do that. Last thing, what would I love to do? Bucket list. I'd love a tattoo, because if I managed to do that, I would have completed life. Because my mum really does not want me to get a tattoo, but I'd love to get one. But as long as my mum doesn't want me to have one, I won't get one.
Right. Okay. But I mean, how often do you see your mum? Because you live, you know, in lovely London, where I'm sure the weather's very, very lovely down in London today. Not windy, not blustery, not raining.
She's coming over to the flat. I'm cooking us dinner.
Oh, are you now? Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. Because I was going to say, since you don't really see your mum much, you could just go anywhere and you could hide her when she's over.
I'd have too much respect for my mum. I'd never do it.
Fair enough.
I am a terrible, terrible liar as well. Like, I could not do that.
So, well, I think you did very well on the truth and the lies on that video you did last month. Which, by the way, was one of your top videos of the last few months. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, good video, by the way.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, very good.
A lot went into that. That's the kind of stuff I want to do again.
That's good. That's good. Well, I can't wait to see more. And could you tell us who you may want to do it with next, then, or is that all top secret as well?
It's not top secret. I spoke to... I'm not going to drop this one. I spoke to a grime artist recently, and he said that he's interested in doing it, and he will do it. He just wants me to do more of them.
Ooh,
so I've got a meeting on Tuesday about sponsorship.
Nice.
That could be really big, because I funded the last one, but I can't keep funding it because this is way too expensive. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then my personal goals, I've spoken to JJ about it, so get JJ on there in the future. But I want to work towards JJ. I don't want to just slap him in, because if I get JJ on the next one, all being permitted, if it like fits in with his schedule. But then after that, I know that video I do with JJ is going to get so many views, because one will go on his channel, same as Italia, one will go on his channel, one will go on mine, and that will literally just game over. Like, that's huge. However, I need the content before that to build to it, if you get what I mean. Because if people come on to see the JJ video, then they'll see, there's other sessions, then they'll go and see those. If people come on to see JJ now, they won't really necessarily be that interested in what continues in the future.
Yeah. Good plan. I like that idea.
I'd love to get Sarah Close and Chunks on there. Those are my next two goals.
Good. Well, I can't wait to see what happens next, and into the end of this year, into early 2020. Big year next year, by the way, for everyone. Next year, great year. Not just for Charlie, not for myself, but for a lot of different places around the world. I'm not going to plug out names, because you might all start booing or cheering, not being biased. But I want to say as well is I'm in tough negotiations right now with an artist called Jack Rose. He's a great songwriter and singer. I'll link in with you. See how you do that? Hey, good link that. I just got an email in the last 18 minutes since I was on there from his manager. So I can't wait to hopefully get him on the show in the next few weeks. So hopefully it won't take us 4 weeks, but we'll see what happens. It didn't take 4 weeks to get on Charlie, by the way. I literally just contacted him last Thursday, I think it was.
Yeah, last week. It was last week?
Yeah, it was last week. Yeah, I can't remember what day it was, but it was sometime last week. But yeah, keep your questions coming in. Hashtag Edward Fowler Show. Somebody else put, what's your biggest fear? Someone's put on Twitter as well.
Biggest fear?
Yeah. Is that crocodiles? Maybe snakes?
No. Going up is at night. That's my biggest fear. I'm terrified of that. When I walk up the stairs at night, because I look like something's just going to come out of the darkness and grab my legs. I can't hack it. Really can't hack it. It's like demons. Demons watch you in the dark. I'm telling you. I'm convinced.
Wow. Okay. Right. I don't know. I don't know what you've been watching on YouTube or on TV to get those.
Give me something normal then. What's your biggest fear?
My biggest fear. Well, my biggest fear is, bugs. Like Australian bugs. The ones that can, could kill you. Like, poisonous bugs. Like, some poisonous spiders. Some snakes. That's my My fear. I'd be up for too long, you know. I'd probably be up before you, you know.
What's your biggest fear? Bugs. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here. It'd be useless.
Yeah. Well, luckily that would never happen. Okay, it would never happen. I hope not. Anyway. But what about you? Would you go on it, or maybe even one of the Sidemen? It'd be great to see Ethan or even JJ himself go on it one year. That'd be great.
I think out of all of the celebrity shows that I would do, I would 100% do I'm a Celeb. But that's pretty much the only thing. I wouldn't do Big Brother. What else is there?
Love Island?
100% not. Absolutely not. Oh, God, no. I don't even want to say anything like too incriminating in case it comes back to bite me in the ass. But, no. The thing is, I did not like Love Island. Still don't really, because I think it has a specific demographic of person that it attracts onto the show.
Mm-hmm.
But the producers and how they create that show are so smart. Like, they really smash it out of the park. Because I was just like, I can't hack watching this program. And then I watched it and I thought, oh God, this is really intriguing. Like, like, oh no, like I hate this because I love it. Mm. It's actually a good program, but okay. Yeah.
I agree with you. You know, it's not one of my favorite shows to watch, and you know, and thanks to the ideas of UK TV people, they really went in the US. Of course, now haven't they? They copied us, the Americans. They want to have their own Love Island, so they've done the same thing in America now as well. So it's funny how things happen over here that it spreads to America. You know, usually it's the other way around. You know, usually it starts in America and then comes over here. You get me. Oh, hang on. What's this? Oh, thank you. Just been notified of a tweet. There we go. So let's talk about as well then. We talked about your projects, which you'll be doing over the next few weeks. We talked about your MMA as well. Mm-hmm. So let's talk about then, which has been your favourite Sidemen videos to be a part of so far then? Which one's been your favourite to be a part of so far this year? Let's about this year.
Let me check. I need to go onto the thing because I'll go past it because I shoot all of the videos.
Yeah.
Much, yeah. Or most of them anyway. Let me have a look. Sidemen. What? Dunk Tank was quite fun, to be fair.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that. Tinder. 100% Tinder was such a lot.
Yes, it was. I know that one. Hilarious, that one. That was quite hilarious. You know, it's a shame. It's a shame we don't really see. You know, they include you. You know, to give your reactions. That'd be quite hilarious as well if they did include your reactions. But there you go.
Wipeout. That's my favourite one. That's my favourite one to film. 100%.
Okay, interesting.
The Total Wipeout challenge. Yeah, that was incredible. That was great. That was so fun. I was jumping in the water so I could get myself on the filming angles and stuff. I was like, yeah, I love this. This is great.
Wow. Okay. Well, you know, I thought you may have said. You know, I thought you may have said about one of my favourite ones of this year was roasting the Sidemen. That was one of the hilarious.
That was up there. I think though when I can get out and do more active things, it's better for me and more engaging because I can see. I like moving. I like being busy. I get bored standing. So when I'm a lot of the I wouldn't say I get bored, but I enjoy it but I end up watching them do the stuff. Sometimes because I'm looking at it, check, am I in focus? Am I recorded? This, that, the other. Okay, cool. Now I watch them, and I'm like, funny. Oh shit, I need to do my job. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Whereas when I'm out and about, I'm constantly focusing on moving here, there, like that. So it's more, I can actually be more focused.
So a bit like this past weekend video, then that was more to your tasting because you were out and about for 1 hour, spending £100,000. If I was a big time YouTuber, I would never do that, but again, we're all different and we have different agendas. What was the idea behind that video? Was it all JJ's, or was there some planning behind that, or was it just like JJ saying to you, I want you to film this from now as I walk into this room and announce it to everybody?
It's just the same as every single week, really. Like we have so Con and myself and John now do like the videos, like the videography. Bass does the photography. And then moving from that, we have like a brief like a couple of days before, like what we're filming, how we're going to do it. I turn up on the day, and then we sort out camera angles, this, that, the other. So we turned up on the day, and we had three groups. Yeah, three groups. So Con went with one person. Some people vlogged. I went with Stephen and Vic.
Of course he did. Of course he's your BFF.
So basically, who we do it and what with, like we allocate those kind of things. And then in regards to contributing to content, it was sometimes we just have a quick discussion like, film this, film that. How should we approach this? How should we approach that? Film, done, next thing. It's very, very simple because they're all characters, so they can easily create the content there and then on the spot because it's just them as a person. They're very good at it. So all I have to do is know that I'm got to be on job, just turn on the camera, make sure that I'm in focus, and go from there.
Yeah. And how long does it take you to get the camera in focus? Because sometimes it's like easy, and sometimes it can take a half an hour to an hour, maybe one day, and some days it might take 10 minutes to 5 minutes time to do it. You know, how long does it take you to get in focus, ready for the action?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Wow. Setting up a camera is different to like getting everyone in focus, like because you have to think about framing and then exposure, etc. Like, are you filming in 1080, 50 frames? Are you filming in 100 frames? Are you filming in 25 frames, 4K, etc.? You know, there's like a lot of things to think about, but my job is that I basically make sure that the framing's right. So like, say for example, look at my face right now on the camera, I'm banging center, whereas if that would be bad framing, you know, then you'd be like, well, that needs to change. Now I'm well framed because I'm center, got headroom, and then I've got body space as well. After that, then you've got to make sure all the tripods and stuff set up, is everything bolted on. Does audio come through? You just get used to it. You just level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, done. And then once you're rolling, make sure everything's in focus. So if you're doing manual focus, which you should be doing if you're on tripods because things can move, have a monitor so you can see. And you've got your peak focusing, so you know exactly where you're focusing on. And then you're good.
See, this is the expert we need here on the Fowler Show. So if you ever need any expertise on camera work, I'll make sure to come to you and ask you everything I need to know about cameras, because he's the expert, and without his presence, the Sidemen videos would not be as good without his presence with the quality.
Let's get someone else.
Nah, they won't get anybody else. You're too best. You're one of the best cameramen. And you know, camera people they have in the company, and in the gang. I would say not company, in the gang. I'm so used to saying company on this show. You know, and so it's put on Twitter as well. Hashtag the Fowler Show. Send your comments. I keep saying that, but before I get that question though, tell everybody who may be listening to this, because again, you can actually download this episode tomorrow morning on Friday morning at 6 a.m. UK time. Where can they find you on social media? For anyone who listens to Apple Podcasts and Spotify, you do not want to watch this video to see our ugly faces or our beautiful faces this morning or afternoon or whatever time they're watching this at.
Social media is just at Roxburgh, ROXBURGHXO.
Yep, so, on Instagram and Twitter, and then on YouTube it's just Roxburgh.
That's the one.
There you go. See, all your titles are on the screen, and I'm sure you'll be checking this back after we go off the air to see what actually I was doing, because at the moment you can't actually see me, but you know, it'll work out. What's your favourite season? Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever it may be. What is your favourite season?
Oh, bro. Oh, all right. You know what? I'm gonna go with it. Like, I wanted to say summer, but I can't hack it. Like, no, not summer. It's got to be winter. Yeah, because fashionable clothes in winter are so far elite to any other season. Like autumn, winter, but I'm gonna go with winter because when it snows, I just love snow so much, man. Yeah, when it does snow.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go for winter. I just love the clothes. I love the festive feel. I love everything about like just winter, man. But I love it. Apart from being underdressed. Yeah, and that's not ideal. So I'll just make sure I'm just not underdressed and I'm calm.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I also like winter because you're in control of how much layers to put on. That's what I like. You know, in the summertime, If you put a little bit on, you're still too hot. So I love winter.
When I go outside naked, get the police coming after me and everything. I just want to be cool.
Yeah. A lot of people give me notifications during this broadcast. Thank you who's bugging me on Snapchat and LinkedIn. Thank you for that. So let's talk about this. And I love asking this question to all my guests. And if you're not familiar of what I usually do, then go check out my other videos. I do the same thing on there. And I want to know. Now, I sent you a few links, didn't I, last week, just to make sure that I wasn't just buffing that. I was just saying, I found this person. Did you get a chance to listen to one of my episodes or not? You're quite a busy man.
Some of the UFC fighter.
Yes. Eric Anders, yeah.
So I went through some of his. To be fair, I'll go through more. There's quite a lot of them.
Yes, it is on Apple and Spotify. Yes, but did you like the content on? Did you like what you heard on the audio and that? Of course, you can check out the YouTube channel to see the actual video of it.
I wouldn't be here. Yeah, I wouldn't be here, so it's completely fine. You're a good guy. So
thank you. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, and I'm glad you enjoyed this episode as well, because this is the best kept secret on YouTube. The Edward Fowler Show. Like that? The best kept secret because nobody knows about it until now, probably. But yeah, let's see. So we've had on you, Roxburgh, Charles, where did you go by this month? From the lovely apartment in London. Who do you suggest me to get in contact with next to come on this show? Then after you, who should be the second YouTuber to come on this show? Who do you think?
Oh,
because I reached out to 2, but unfortunately they've not responded to my DMs yet. So I can't wait for them to contact me one day. Yeah.
PewDiePie.
That is not going to happen. Obviously, he's way out there.
He's just a human, mate. He's just a human.
He is a human. I don't think his DMs are open anyway.
James Marriott.
Okay. Good choice. I like that choice, actually. Yeah, okay.
James Marriott's just finished, just got his uni degree, and he's just hit 1 million subs. So I think he's doing really good things, and he's increasing his content output as well. So I've been watching that from afar.
Well, that's good, and I'm sure you've chatted with him a few times. I'm guessing as well.
Yeah, I've had a fair few conversations with James. He's a nice guy.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm glad you just put his name out there publicly. So I'm coming after you now. So get ready for it, and let's see if you are man enough to respond like Charlie did.
In the chat, Uncle Steve-O's just put Dan Ranty. Yeah, I'd say that's a good one to go for. He's like friends with Bambino Becky and Karen Markey and that. He's a funny guy.
Interesting, thank you. So I've just been given a drink here from our producers of the show. So there you go. See, look at this on the Sidemen channel. You don't see anyone giving you free drinks, do you? So that's how important I am. Not. But yeah, okay. Let's see. I just got a tweet here from Uncle Steve on Twitter. I like this guy. He says, "Come show this dude me some love. Best kept secret on the internet." There we go. See, there we go. It's a thing. We got a thing. I like it. Keep it coming. Everybody. Keep it coming. I love that. I'm actually going to retweet that as well, because it is the best kept secret on YouTube. We are the best kept secret on YouTube. Now then, as well, since you just mentioned that great YouTuber, I have to say I'm going to definitely reach out to him this evening to see. Have you heard of Jack Rose, who I mentioned earlier on in the show?
No, I'll be honest, I haven't, mate.
Check him out. Good singer, good songwriter. He's released a new album recently, and check it out. It's good. It's one of the good songs, one of the good albums I like.
Send me a link on Twitter DMs. I'll give it a listen.
I will do. And that reminds me, I need actually. I'm a bit rude, aren't I? I've not actually followed you back, actually. So I need to follow you.
Haven't you?
No, I've not. No.
Fuming.
I don't usually follow people typing them on the show, so it's not like I'm just being disrespectful.
I cannot believe this has happened.
I think I've been live on YouTube. Let's see. So, I don't know if got any other treats on to bring in the last few minutes here before we do hang this up. I know you got to cook your mum a nice meal. And on that note, what are you gonna cook her? You know, have you got some ideas? You got something in the in the fridge?
Yeah, asparagus, egg fried rice, and salmon. Which, when it's done, I'll post a picture.
Yeah. Please do. I'll love to see the picture of what you make. Cause be great. Cause you could be on Saturday Morning Kitchen Live one day. You know, one of the guests. That'd be great, wouldn't it? You know. I tell you one thing. One of my goals would be to host a live YouTube kitchen show where we can have it. 60 minutes of total chaos. Where anything could go wrong. We could have a fire, we could have power cuts, whatever. Live on YouTube, uncut, uncensored. It'd be the best show ever. I think that would be hosted by me, of course. But that's one of my goals. Host a cooking show live. That'd be quite interesting with amateur chefs. It'd be great.
I love that. That's a great idea.
It isn't it? I don't know how I'll do it, but there you go. It'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Different, be different, and that's what you need. You need to do something different outside the box to get viewers' attention. Yeah. And what you do on your channel is very different as well. And one of the questions I want to ask you as well is, has anybody come up to you from your connections have said, "I love this video of yours this year so much than all the others," and is there any video on your channel which you enjoyed the most and think I need to make something like that again?
The video I did with Talia, 100%. For me, that was, I wanted to show people what I could do with the budget, and I think I did. But I know that after that's gone out, I know I can do better. So I really, really want to lift that forwards and just. I've got a really important meeting on Tuesday, so I'm quite nervous for it. But if it goes well, it means that I can get myself quite a lot of money to go towards creating something which hopefully will be a little bit groundbreaking for my level of YouTube.
Yeah. And that studio, I have to say, is that your studio, or is that just something you just rent that studio? Because it was a very nice studio. I love that studio.
Metropolis. Metropolis Studios, West London. They're expensive.
Wow.
Expensive.
Okay. Crikey. But yeah, I thought it was your studio. I thought that's where you do all your little, where you go for peace and quiet away from Ethan, where he gets a bit too rowdy. You go out of the office and go to his lovely studio and work down there. How wrong I am.
It is not nowhere near as big and fancy as that.
Hey, I got you all wrong, don't I? I got all these misconceptions about you, haven't I? Really, I'm dishing Ethan a lot today, aren't I? So I apologize to Ethan.
Leave my pal alone.
I know. He's going to be mad at this, isn't he? If he ever sees it in the future, thinking, who is this Mancunian guy? I might come down and punch him in the head. Got some tips from JJ. I come down to Manchester and box him. That would not be good, would it?
There's a couple more questions on your hashtag, by the way, just so you should know.
Oh, is there? Oh, that's good to know. I'm glad we got some more questions coming in. I don't know. You guys are keeping me warning tonight, aren't you? These wonderful questions on the Edward Fowler Show, hashtag the Edward Fowler Show, to keep them coming in, because we've got plenty of time. Well, I don't have plenty of time, but I know.
I've got probably 6 minutes.
Wow, there we go. 6 minutes to me to end this. Okay, so we're going to quickly go through this. Advice for people with anxiety. That's a good question. Any questions for that? Any answers to say?
Which one?
The one for advice for people with
anxiety.
Yeah.
See, I'm not qualified to give proper advice. I've always been quite a confident person, and never really had those. Everyone has their struggles, and I've had my struggles, but with anxiety, I've never really had that problem. I've always been good in group environments, been good in one-on-one environments. So to give you an honest answer, I can't do that because I simply cannot empathize. I can empathize, I just can't. No, I can't empathize. I literally don't know how it feels. That being said, there are things you can do. So I think the best thing that I could say is that sometimes when you do take a leap of faith, the outcome of that, you're going to be faced with one or two things. Either it goes well or wrong. If it goes wrong, then you're probably better off without it. And if it goes well, then what were you worrying about in the first place?
Yeah.
So that's the best thing I can really say. Yeah, I can't comprehend that feeling. Yeah, I can't.
Oh no. If you can't say anything, you can't say nothing. Because, but it's a good question, and I hope maybe if we can't answer that question, I'm sure somebody who will come across this video at some point will come back to this comment and tweet it to the to So Proud of JJ Twitter account there.
I think the best thing that I want to do with being able to do content creation is be able to get my character out there a little bit more and be able to inspire people to be more comfortable with themselves. Because I think a lot of people don't rate themselves enough. And everyone's got their own sauce, and you just got to know how to blend that. And if you don't rate your own sauce, no one's going to rate you. So the second you start building up your own confidence, then people start seeing that. And that's, realistically speaking, that's kind of what I want to do with my content. I want to be able to make everyone feel like they are special, because everyone is.
They are, and everyone is special, and everyone should be treated equally and respected as well, I think. And you're doing the right thing, I think, and I do hope that you inspire others to be just like you, and inspire new generations as well. Because we might have a new gang in 10 years, a new Sidemen. You never know. You know, like we have an old Sidemen, and then we have a new kid in the block. The new kids on the block want to be the next Sidemen or whatever.
It's always going to happen.
And again, as I much appreciate Charlie there on the show, just stay there for one moment, and let me just quickly show you something. Again, this is my next person who I'm in negotiations with. Of course, Charlie gave me one, and I'm going to contact that person this evening straight after the show immediately. But this is something being in negotiations with. I actually did get a... So Jack Rose is on your screen right now, and he's a songwriter and singer, and he is hopefully to come on my show in the next few weeks. That's what his manager said to me in an email earlier this evening. So I can't wait to welcome on Jack Rose. That's his official Twitter account. Make sure you do follow him there and share him around. If you've never heard of him, check out some of his songs and his new album. So feel free to, and let me know you think, using, again, @me on Twitter as well. So again, there you go about that. I had to turn that off. You're back to me. You can find me on social media, _Edward Fowler_. And if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you do leave a subscribe if you can, please. If you want to see more videos of YouTubers and singers and whatever else, celebrities on this very show. Because again, I've been on the best people in the world. And that's the bottom line. And I said so because we've had on UFC fighters. We've had on people who have done pro wrestling on TV as well, so it's great. We've been on the best people here on the Edward Fowler show, and we're going to bring on a first ever singer as well. Well, you know, you're like a singer as well, aren't you, Charlie?
Yeah. I sing in the shower.
Yeah. There we go. But yeah, the first ever YouTuber Charlie on the show, and again, we look forward to announcing hopefully Jack Rose on the show next few weeks, so stick around for that news coming on social media, including as well the next YouTuber to come on the Fowler show. So if you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing on social media, then make sure you do follow me there. And again, to anyone who's viewing this on YouTube, make sure you do follow Charlie on social media, on Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to him on YouTube as well, because you never know what may come next in this next video. Be a surprising one. Any hints of when it's going to drop the next video?
In the next couple of weeks.
The next couple of weeks. There we go. So stick around for that. Make sure you put notifications on for Roxburgh on his YouTube channel. You can be one of the first people to be notified when a new video comes out of his. And again, the Sidemen are back this weekend, aren't they? They're back in the UK this weekend. That means you have a no longer peaceful home after this weekend.
Back tomorrow.
Back to business.
Back to business. I've got a video to film with Ethan on Saturday, and then Sidemen filming starts again next week, Monday, Tuesday.
Well, I wish you good luck, and if you need a break or anything, give me a shout, and I'll come down and knock one out. There we go. Even though you got JJ there as well, but you know, anybody else down there, let me know, and we'll have to pop down and turn them off for you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. And until the next episode of this show, adios.
Lovely. Oh, I can't hear you again.